to Education, Leadership, and Beyond, Surviving and Thriving. My name is Andrew Murata, host of the show, and happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. It is December 22nd. Schools are getting out. Maybe you have the 2 weeks off at break. Maybe there's a couple more days in here. But happy holidays. It certainly is a wonderful time of the year. And I'm excited to have a show tonight. I'm excited. We are going to chat with Rae Hughart. I've been pronouncing that last name, practicing it, Rae. Rae runs Teachers Deserve It. She's an incredible educator. She is a TED Talker, two-time author. And man, if you're looking for some energy, if you're looking for a lot of stuff that can help education, help teachers, check out Teachers Deserve It. Rae is pushing the limit there and pushing things in the right direction. So we are going to meet her in just a moment. Happy to have her on. We are first going to have a word from IXL. They sponsor the show. Rae was just telling me how much she likes IXL and used it as an educator. And here is a word from them.
I'd like to thank IXL for sponsoring today's podcast. Over 1 million teachers use IXL in their classroom every day. IXL is the most widely used online learning and teaching platform K through 12. It empowers schools with complete curriculum, thousands of instructional resources, robust reporting, assessment data, and more. It saves teachers a lot of valuable time with ready-made plans aligned to the standards and the textbooks. Built-in engagement tools like custom competitions make learning fun for students. And IXL's diagnostic is research proven to be a strong predictor of performance on standardized assessments. And the best part? Everything I just mentioned is all integrated into one platform, so you can simplify your EdTech tools. Visit IXL.com to lead your students towards data-driven excellence today. The link is in the show notes. And again, appreciate IXL sponsoring today's podcast.
All right. Thank you, IXL. Let's get started. I said, again, it's holiday time, New Year's, right? And everyone's thinking, what's 2026 going to bring? Who am I going to be? How can I improve? I'm not a big resolution guy, right? I'm going to do this on January 1st, right? And just change my whole life. But I think a great strategy, I think a great formula is, what are you going to start in 2026? What are you going to stop in 2026? And what are you going to continue? What's good for you? What's working for you? One thing certainly I know I will continue is my early morning focus time. I got those savers going on from Hal Elrod, the Miracle Morning, silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. That certainly is working for me. It helps ground me. It helps focus my strategies and who I want to be, including getting that exercise in the morning. So I challenge you, educators. What are you going to start in 2026? What are you going to stop? Sometimes it's taking that thing off our plate that helps us more than starting something new. And then what are you going to continue that you know is good for you? It's a great challenge. Take some reflection time. It's the 22nd of December now. Take some reflection time. Write them down. Cross them out. Add one. It's a work in progress until you're going to get there and then continue to do those things. So I do wish you the best and happy holidays, everyone. But enough of me chit-chatting, coming from the Illinois. Rae, welcome.
I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for the invite. And I could talk IXL and education all night long. So let's get into it.
This might be a marathon right to New Year's Eve. We'll just keep
exactly.
going.
We don't even need to take a break. We're going to be here live for the next week and a half, friends. Show your questions in the comments. Let's do it.
This is Rae Hughart, everyone. Rae, welcome. She has dealt with me changing it and pushing the podcast back, and I appreciate it, Rae, making it happen. So happy holidays to you and your family. What does holiday time look like for you, Rae? Where do you celebrate? What do you celebrate?
Oh my gosh, I am so fortunate. I grew up Jewish, so we just wrapped up Hanukkah last night. However, I will give a shout out to my grandmother. We light candles over FaceTime every night together, and she wasn't feeling so well last night. So I actually had a bonus day of Hanukkah candle lighting tonight. We called it our redo day. So I actually did light Hanukkah candles, even though I'm pretty sure that's against the rules, but we did it again tonight just to celebrate the holiday. And then we'll go into Christmas. All my friends and, some of my family celebrate Christmas. So that will be a fun celebration as well. I'll get to see at least, I know my parents who, will be watching movies in our PJs and enjoying the fun. And then we get into New Year's, which I will say we are hosting a little New Year's shebang this year. So for me, I think I'm more excited for that than anything else.
Wow. Teachers Deserve It's hosting it, or Rae Hughart hosting it?
Neither. One of my partner, the man I'm seeing right now, is hosting an event, and I just get to help. So I got to pick up the decorations, and I got to decide who was invited. So I feel like it was a win-win.
Awesome. And you have your friend here joining you.
I do. I'm so sorry. Of course, right as we started the show, Harvey decided to come join. This is Harvey Dent. And
Harvey.
Don't worry, there's another one over here, but I'm going to hope that maybe they'll settle so we can get into some fun.
Listen, people want to see you, Rae, but they also want to meet Harvey,
Well, there we go. Alfred's here too. I told you he was going to make an appearance. They are obsessed.
I love it. I think, those dogs, Rae, they know more than we do. They can feel your energy. They can feel you bringing the energy, and they want to be part of it on the screen. I'm telling you.
It's true. All of us have incredible teams that we work with day in, day out. And I will say that while I have the best Teachers Deserve It team, these are definitely my coworkers as well. So hopefully they'll settle down and not be completely in camera while we're having these conversations. But you can't say no to Alfred, let me tell you.
Alfred and Harvey, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you for joining the show. Rae, New Year's coming, 2026. What are you going to start? What are you going to stop, and what are you going to continue?
Great question. So I love this start, continue, stop model. I think that's really obtainable. It makes it, kind of celebrating what we're doing well. I like that. I will say one thing I'm going to continue that might be the easiest is I have really focused the last year on surrounding myself with people that are just outstanding and keeping them close in my circle. And I really feel very fortunate. And I feel like that's how I got through the year. So something I'm going to continue doing is being really intentional about keeping phenomenal people close to me. People that challenge me, people that have different, kind of like perspectives or opinions. Like that's really, really good. Definitely something I'll continue. Something I'm going to stop doing is I wasn't so good last year focusing on like my personal life. I did a lot of, work in my personal life. I was kind of a workaholic, and, the dishwasher didn't get emptied or the laundry didn't get folded. And that stuff adds up and really does take a toll. So I'm kind of resetting right now since Thanksgiving, saying, okay, I'm going to, really make sure my environment is the best it can be as well. So I'm going to stop being a lazy bum in that area and then start. I think the biggest thing that I'm going to start is, I challenged myself in very different ways last year. Something that we're starting this year is to continue being like comfortable in the uncomfortable. I have a number of different projects right now I'm working on that I don't consider them in my wheelhouse, and I just need to persevere and keep going forward. So I'm going to trying to start maybe bringing some confidence into that area.
Awesome. Great answer to that question. And, I agree with you about the people, right? There's some people walk by in your life. I was just at my son's game. A veteran coach walked in the gym, 30 years he's been teaching, smiling, looking good, stopping by, saying hello to people, and sat with us 5 minutes, asked all about my children. And I just said to my kids, I was there, the guy's been around forever. I said, that's who I want to be. I want to be like that guy,
Yeah.
Bringing great energy. So good for you.
I love that.
Yeah.
Maybe Alfred, you'll start, not being on camera during conversations. Maybe that'll be your goal.
Rae, you are the CEO, the founder of Teachers Deserve It. Friends, check out the website. I'm going to put it in the chat here in a moment. Rae, kudos. The website is phenomenal. But what's it? What do teachers deserve here in 2026 and beyond?
Teachers Deserve It started as an idea that was brought to you by Adam Welcome. He's an amazing educator. I'm sure many of you have read his other books, one of which was an amazing bestseller he wrote with Tom Neslony called Kids Deserve It. And, I never really knew that I was going to do much with this book outside of the opportunity to co-author it with him, which it came out in 2020. And when I found myself looking to transition in 2024, really towards the end of the year in November, I was trying to really understand and do some reflection around, what do I actually enjoy? What do I actually like? What do I believe in education? And so much of it came down to believing that some of the biggest barriers in education are that educators, first off, are not really getting professional development that helps them be more efficient and effective in the job, which is, a huge issue right now. And the inherent understanding that if teachers could do more, they would. And so how do we take those two ideas and make resources accessible? So Teachers Deserve It, then when we opened the movement in 2025, really began to focus on doing what we were really hearing educators needed, which was problem solving what was on their to-do list, getting them professional development that was focused on action, being as efficient and effective in multiple areas as we can, and really looking at how we can, begin to hit and impact retention and everything else in this amazing field by making the job more sustainable. So Teachers Deserve It was born. It does. And, the Teachers Deserve It movement is amazing. Whether you're listening now or catching this after the fact, you're a part of the movement, whether you know it or not, because you're an educator in the field. And our biggest, focus is trying to get the right tools in educators' hands, whether it's teachers' resources or administrators setting up their professional development to sustain the culture they want in their buildings.
Yeah. And there's a ton of great resources on there, a lot of free things. There's a lot of variety. I think it's great and really well designed here. I just put it in the chat, friends. If you're watching live, take a click on there. Also jump in and say hello. Rae's from the Illinois area, so whether you're there or wherever you're watching. Rae, one of the things I see over and over in your work and certainly on the website here is time for teachers, right? That professional development, number one, making it valuable, but number two, the importance of those barriers, right? My work is over. I got to go be a parent. I got to go do these things in my life and not being up late at night and stressing about emails and work, really owning your time. Tell me about that and the importance of that with teachers today.
Time management is huge. And it's not just time management to get your stuff done on your to-do list, but it's time management to be able to be a human in this field, to be able to have a work-life balance and be able to enjoy the work that you want to do. I mean, there's no educator ever that I've met that is like, I really want to do a bad job today. Like every educator, including administrators, are dying to do well. But more often than not, it's a lack of time to either think through something because you're so overwhelmed and have so many other tasks, or to give your energy to it or anything else. So our first bundle that we ever launched actually in the Teachers Deserve It movement was focused on time management. And so much of what we did that first month has carried into our work really holistically as a core value of trying to get time-saving strategies into teachers' hands that aren't theoretical. The biggest element of Teachers Deserve It that I hope many of you walk away with is our action-focused solutions. So we don't just talk about wanting to save time. We don't just talk about the idea of needing to save time. You can go find that from somebody else. We're focused on what are the small tasks you can do that actually add up. So this could be everything from making teachers aware that if you stand up during a teacher-student conversation, it will make you 33% more efficient and effective, which therefore could save you seconds or minutes throughout the day, depending on how many conversations with students you're having. It could be setting up some sort of automated system in your email so that you're giving yourself more time to respond because you're being, more present in your email box without having to add more energy to it. I mean, there's so many different things you can do, but what we found is that if you give teachers and educators in general, paraprofessionals and administrators included, if you give them actionable solutions that just take a few minutes to implement and it will save them time, they'll choose to do it because everyone's looking for 5 minutes here, 30 seconds here, an hour here. And for us, success is an educator being able to go home and celebrate dinner with their family. My favorite is hearing that they were able to make happy hour with their girlfriends. I love when educators come to me and say, oh my gosh, I was able to go home and sit on the couch and watch Paradise on Hulu. Like, that's what we want. You can save time, and then you can choose to allocate it anywhere, wherever you need it.
Well said there, Ray. One of those great educators is watching. Karen Juarez from Texas, the giant metropolis of very best Texas. It is a huge place, Ray. But Ray, on the website, again, there's a ton of content. It's really beautiful. You mentioned the bundles. Does it all go through you? Do you approve everything that goes on there? Like, hey, we're doing this? Or again, is it the team? But as the CEO, are you approving everything on it?
I have learned that the CEO wears a lot of hats and does very little besides approve things. I have an amazing team that I'm working with, and so many people are putting these things together. If you guys ever have the time or interest in visiting teachersdeserveit.com, you'll hear our podcast. We publish 3 blogs a week that can be directed right to your email if you subscribe to our Substack. We have our learning hub. We have professional development that we do in schools, whether it be in person or strategic partnerships. And all of that kind of builds together to form the Teachers Deserve It movement. So I want to give a big shout out to our content creators. We do have experts in the field that are creating content for us in our learning hub. Those are amazing. I have a long to-do list to go look at a lot of those creations, but thankfully, yes, I'm a part of facilitating and approving everything in Teachers Deserve It. But I mean, shout out to Rachel on the team, Olivia on the team, Kristen on the team, Omar on the team. They all run different departments and make things magical. So I'm so thankful. Like I said, good people. We need good people in our lives.
Yeah. And again, I just put it in the chat there. The things that Ray is talking about: affordable, practical, very usable, user-friendly.
Yeah, and if anyone ever needs like a code for, our membership is a monthly subscription. You can pay for it annually. If you need a code, you want to try it for a few months, just direct message me. We have a ton of free downloads, and you get all access to those, especially if you're a part of our Substack tiers. So there's a lot there. The biggest thing to look at is everything comes with templates and checklists and supports that are actionable. So if you're looking for a course on like the theory of an idea, we're not your people. But if you're looking for a course to potentially be able to implement it in your classroom or in your building, that's really where we come in. We tell you how to do it. We problem solve with you. And we actually, Andrew, I don't know how I feel about this, but we have a 30-day turnaround. So if any of our partnership schools ever want any content, whether it be on, something we have that they want a richer deep dive in, or if it's a brand new concept that they want to bring into their district, we have a promise guarantee 30-day turnaround where we bring together experts, and in 30 days, we curate bundles that support that work. So we're really able to be responsive to our community, and that relates to our educators too. I mean, I'm seeing here in the comments, we have Karen and Bill, and I'm so excited to see all of you. If any of you are problem solving through something, maybe of a pain point or an annoyance, email the team. I mean, we can get a download to help with that pain point and try and solve a problem for you in less than a week. And that's what I love about the team, is that we're able to be responsive to our family, our movement, our community.
Yeah, fantastic, Ray. Friends, this is Rae Hughart, the CEO, the founder of Teachers Deserve It. The link is in the chat. Hello there, Mr. Harris. He's a Port Jervis guy here, Ray. Ray, you're presenting, you're writing, you're speaking. How do you kind of balance all this yourself, right? You can't just show up as a CEO, but then, let me write this blog. You have to mentally prepare. You got to do your research. You got to do those things. How do you personally balance all these things you're doing with the dogs at your side, but to make them as good as they are?
Well, I do want to celebrate the fact that usually when I'm working, the dogs are sleeping. They're only wanting to be on camera because I'm here with you, Andrew. So that's the problem.
It's the energy for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But I will say, so much of anyone's to-do list is overflowing in the world of education. And I'm a big fan of time blocking. So this morning, I went to Starbucks and worked for a few hours before my meetings kicked off at 9. And I really love to chunk my content that way. If any of you are looking for a a strategy for your to-do list, I find more often than not, I separate tasks into two different categories. One is quick tasks, like more, I just need to get it done. It takes little brain power. Maybe it's like, kind of like you don't have to think too much doing it. And the other is creative tasks. Like if I need to go in and explore what new blog we're going to publish next week, or collaborate with a content creator to have them finish something that they're really passionate about, that takes a lot of brain power. So I like to separate those out. I can kind of finish my tasks more strategically that way. I'm not sure if anyone else is doing that strategy, but it works for me.
Yeah, the time blocking, I love it. I call them airtight compartments. A friend of mine compared it to the submarine with the doors, right? The water's coming in. Oh my God, we need to seal that, right? And I'm turning the door and shutting it. And now I got that 60 minutes that ain't no water's getting in,
Yes, exactly. I'm like all notifications on my phone or on mute, glasses are on, headphones are in, I'm focused. And usually I will say we write our blogs. We do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday series. And I usually write those all three at once. So that kind of helps. I do like a chunk of blog writing and then I don't do it for another week. So kind of get a little system going.
Even today's friends, again, check out Rae's work. I loved it. The DMs, right? You shared about the DMs because of the strategies you gave out, right? And then people said, hey, this work I actually left on time. A supervisor said something to me, and I responded with this, right? You gave them the strategy how to respond, and you shared the positivity of that. The blogs are personal, they're quick, and as you said, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So today's was really good.
I still appreciate that. Today was special. It's the holidays. A lot of people aren't working. So we're like, I really kind of wanted to be reflective. I wrote that blog last week and it felt so good going through, the messages I had gotten and picking only, I think I only was able to pick 7. Picking 7 was hard. But, we have to find a balance, and teachers deserve it. We struggle with it every day, but this balance of, we want teachers to be the people that they really are built to be, right? They're service people. They want to do well. They want to give all. And then also teach them when it's okay to take a step back. And we never want to create educators that aren't going above and beyond, because that really does make the magic of education. But how do we do it in a sustainable way where you can go above and beyond on occasion for your entire career, not just the first 2 years? And so I really did value that one message that you're talking about where, she was able to use our boundary setter. And, sometimes you'll really need to be hard on those boundaries, and sometimes you have a little wiggle room, and that flexibility is a gift, So fun.
Rae, you got a couple of heavy things there. You've done a TED Talk, and you mentioned Adam. You've co-written 2 books, both huge steps there. Let me ask you about the TED Talk. It was during COVID or in the second year of COVID? Was there nobody in the audience there?
So great question. So if there's anything I've done in my career, that is on the list of things I want to redo. And okay. I think I will, because I had a goal to do my TED Talk before I turned 30. So now I have a goal to redo my TED Talk before I turn 40. So that's the plan.
Okay.
But I will say the TED Talk was interesting. If anyone's interested, you should 100% look into it. It was the hardest professional development I've ever done. I have never in my life gotten such straightforward feedback, like truly, and felt like I was drowning the whole time. And then when it was filmed, which was, such a bucket list moment, we actually weren't able to have an audience. So you're really like presenting this moment to an empty, empty auditorium, which was really intense. But very much enjoyed the TED Talk. Would love to redo it. I encourage anyone listening. It's on Mastery Learning. We kind of talk about that concept. If you're interested in that concept or even want to learn more about what it is or how it could apply in the real world, I think we have some fun examples in the TED Talk to be able to talk through. And one of them is a Christmas celebration puzzle that I want to encourage all of you. Bring that to your families this season.
I'm working on it. I'm practicing the strategies.
So good, friends. In the TED Talk, we used marker caps as the 2 items you need to do the puzzle. but full transparency, we use wine corks. So go open 2 bottles of wine and you'll be able to do this puzzle. It's so fun. You can do it with kids, you can do it with an adult. And the fun of it, and the way we brought it up in the TED Talk, was, seeing a puzzle, not knowing how to solve it right off the bat, and kind of needing to fail and try again. But it's totally something kids and adults can do. And you just need to open a few bottles of wine and you'll be fine.
I just put it in the chat there. And Ray, I've done a TED Talk. The camera got messed up. It didn't take. So I'm waiting for that second opportunity there. And
oh my gosh.
I agree with you. Yeah.
It was, I don't know how your coach was, but we were assigned a TED coach when we wrote our script. And granted, I love this woman. I sought her approval for the full time I worked with her, and she was my coach. But holy moly, I have never submitted. You're like submitting an essay essentially of like what you're going to talk about to your coach. And I remember meeting with her right after, and she was like, oh, I really liked it. It was a great first step. I'm like, oh my God, thank God. I took a day off of school to write it because I was so overwhelmed. And then she shared her screen and the entire document was crossed out in red. It was awful. It was crazy feedback. I've never gotten that much feedback ever.
Well, it's in the chat, friends. Check it out. Very, very useful, very helpful. How about the writing, Ray? Again, a co-author of 2 different books. Congratulations there. The covers are very colorful. Adam is fantastic. What's the writing process for you, and what was co-authoring a book like?
Yeah, so I have to kind of flip this to you, Andrew. Aren't you hosting a webinar on how to write a book coming up? I feel like I just saw that. Can we promote that?
We are January 3rd, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Write My Book seminar. You're paying attention. Thank you, Ray.
I'm saying, anybody listening, writing a book is a very weird experience. I would totally recommend attending Andrew's webinar for that. I'm sure that he's going to give you so many tips and tricks. I feel like you're just thrown to the wolves and nobody really tells you how to do it. So Andrew, the fact that you're hosting that is amazing. I know there's so many educators out there that would either be nervous because they don't know if their idea is good enough or wouldn't know how to get started. And I'm sure you're going to be able to cover all that with them, which is fantastic. For me, I was a co-author for both books. So my first book I wrote with my fellow co-owners of the Teach Better team. And I really was kind of like riding the coattails. Like there was 2 people in that group of 4 that were really passionate about writing a book. I was like, I'm in, but I don't know how. So if you walk me through, I can do stuff. So they would really help with prompting me and telling me kind of what each chapter was going to be and having me add to it. It was very much like spoon-fed, which I appreciated. I needed that at the time. And when I wrote the book with Adam Welcome, talk about imposter syndrome, because I just think the world of Adam. I think he's a wonderful keynote speaker. And I didn't know what I wanted that to look like, but I had enough experience that really we shared a Google Doc. And that year we were both traveling a lot for professional development in schools around the country. And I think we wrote that entire book on airplanes between sharing Google Docs back and forth. So that was really a journey. My favorite book by far was Teachers Deserve It, because I feel like it was so much more authentic. I was so much more, like in that project. But it was definitely a surreal experience. And then of course it came out during COVID, which was the perfect time because the book really turned into an empowerment for teachers movement, which it's continued to be. So we really appreciate it. It's been great to use to kick off school years or anything fun like that.
And here it is in the chat there, and kudos there. Ray, you mentioned airplanes, and you also mentioned time blocking. Are you gathering the content in your head, what you want to write about, and then you're sitting down to do it? Are you doing it every day like you go to the gym? How and when are you doing it? You mentioned Starbucks, so people do well in the coffee shop,
I'm a coffee shop junkie. So anytime I was able to, I was in a coffee shop or on an airplane because we were using Google Docs. So that made it easy. What we started with, at least I can tell you what we did. And for any of you, if it's different for you, I'd love to hear your strategies because who knows, I might write something in the future and need your insight. But we started with chapter titles. We were, the book was called Teachers Deserve It, which allowed for every chapter to be kind of a proclamation of what teachers deserve. So every chapter was teachers deserve insert concept here. And once we had kind of an abundance of statements, then we started to write about them and kind of allowed them to turn themselves into chapters or combine different ideas that as it grew kind of like blended themselves together. There was some serious ones. There was some, very, joking ones. We have one that's, teachers deserve to wear jeans, all the way to teachers deserve good leadership. I mean, very different ideas. But I really appreciated that we were able to write those that way, because it allowed us to have this list that whenever we were prepared to write, we could go into that list and choose whichever one was speaking to us at the time. We also had a format for each chapter, and that helped a lot. So if any of you are looking at Teachers Deserve It, you'll notice with whatever proclamation, teachers deserve, insert here, the first part of the chapter is talking about why teachers deserve that, right? Like why is that an important concept? The second part of the chapter is why don't teachers have that? So a very common one is teachers deserve respect. Why do they deserve respect? Why are they more often than not respected? And then the third part of the chapter, which is my favorite, is as a reader, how are you going to be a part of the solution? So what action steps can you take right now to start earning respect? There's so many things that aren't respected or that are respected. So how do we break that down? How do we help teachers be a part of the solution? And it was really this balance of you don't have to fix everything, but don't be a part of the problem was really what that book focused on. So, a simple thing is, we don't talk very highly of teachers, even as teachers. Sometimes we don't share some of those most magical moments we have. And if you want to earn respect, one of the first things is people respect people they understand and know. So if you're an educator out there thinking like, gosh, teachers do deserve respect, I want to be on the right side of that story, start bragging about the amazing things happening in your school, whether it be something you did in your classroom or something that happened in the hallway or a cool event the 7th grade team put on. That type of work really helps us move in the positive direction.
I agree, Rae. We got to talk highly of them. I want to give my people here in Port Jervis a shout out, my teachers here. And again, so proud to spotlight the work they're doing in our community here. And I agree with you. We got anything to raise the level of respect, right? Other people shining that spotlight, speaking highly of them and showing the good things there.
Yeah.
Great stuff, Rae. Great stuff. Rae, anything else you want to share here? It's the holiday times, very reflective for me. How about from you? What are some things top of mind that you want to share?
What comes to mind, honestly, is what I was working on today. So it may not be relevant long term, but I will say, Andrew, I'm currently working on a project that I can't talk too much about, but is bringing up so many reflective moments on imposter syndrome and kind of reflecting on my own journey throughout my time in education. I think it's really interesting for me because I like to operate kind of in a bubble. There's some strength in me knowing what I'm good at. I don't really go too far outside of that comfort zone. And this project is very much outside of my comfort zone, and no one will let me, or it wouldn't make sense to, but no one will let me hand it off to them. I want to be like, Andrew, I've got this all prepped. Will you do it? Like, cause you'd be great at it and no one will give me the out. And so I just want to maybe give a little like shout out to anyone listening, or if you're catching this after the fact, no matter where you are in your career, we all kind of have those moments where we're like, oh shit, can I do that? Like, I don't, and I just want to celebrate not only that uncomfortability in, kind of a funny sense, but if any of you are even potentially dabbling with a dream in 2026, and maybe you haven't even committed to the dream yet. Maybe you're like, I've thought about it. Maybe I will. Like, let's connect. Cause I'm in this thing of like, if there's a way for me to get out of it, I will. But it's a good project. It needs my attention and it doesn't look like I'm getting out of it. So if anyone needs like a buddy I need a buddy. I need a community of people being like, oh, that stinks. Good luck.
Ray's looking for buddies, friends. Well, Ray, I'm going to give you something from my buddy, Andy Andrews. This is a book he wrote. Andy's a guy from the South, Alabama. And here's the word for you.
Persist.
Persist, and it's persist without exception. That you are just going to continue. I love Andy's writings, and that's one of his mainstays there. Persist without exception. So whatever that is coming for you, I'm looking forward to the announcements, but just keep persisting.
I'm very excited, and it will dramatically impact our Teachers Deserve It community and the teachers we serve. It will allow Teachers Deserve It to impact schools nationally. I mean, it is something I can't back out of, but if anyone else wants to be the face of it, call me. I got you. I got a project you could be a part of.
I love it. Friends, if you're watching, jump in the chat, say hello to Ray, ask your question there. Ray, you taught many years, middle school in Illinois, but at some point there, you had to make a decision of, hey, I'm going to take this leap and go do it. Was that a scary time for you to actually step out of the classroom to help empower other teachers? Did you hem and haw over it? Did you go sprinting to it? Or did you did it take you a while to make that decision?
Gosh, I feel like I did it so backwards. I would love for people to have, like this experience that, I can relate to, but mine was so backwards. So feel free to get into this space if you're interested the way I did it, which was totally backwards. I was teaching full time. I love my job. I'm a former middle school math, science, and writing teacher. And while I was doing that job, I found myself in a part-time role working with Teach Better, which was formerly my team that I was the face of for over 10 years. And working part-time kind of looked interesting, right? I was a part owner. I was writing blogs. I was doing lives, but it was all the fun stuff, right? I was just kind of like dabbling in the evenings and on weekends. I really enjoyed it. Got my face out there, gave me exposure to a bubble I wasn't in yet. And what ended up happening is that the company grew so successfully that it really was either I need to go full time with my team or I need to hire my replacement because, we really needed the CXO, which was my title at the time, to be a part of a full-time thing. Working part-time really wasn't it. We were 23 employees in and I needed to be around. At the time, it was also the perfect storm for my personal life because it was COVID. So we were already kind of in this like weird situation and I was getting divorced. So it's kind of this perfect, like maybe I throw it all away and start this new chapter. And really the truth for the people out there that understand, it was a really good housing market. So I was like, okay, I'm going to sell my house and I'm going to take the plunge. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, I loved my job. I'll go back to teaching. That's what I wanted. So I ended up making the transition that way, did it for 5 years and then sold the company and then now started Teachers Deserve It. So it ended up being a really interesting kind of slow roll with the part-time work I did really for 5 years before I went full-time. Yeah. And that would be kind of my recommendation. If anyone's looking into a transition, kind of doing it part-time gives you a little bit of a cushion to dabble and see what you like before you take any big plunge, because that feels like a big question mark. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, good for you there. And again, there's so much work that you do online and your social media, very active there, and all your information is there. So check it out, friends. Teachers Deserve It here. Her TED Talk is there. The books are there. Ray, this has been a lot of fun. The dogs have settled in. Very funny.
I know now we can talk all night because they're all laying down now. We're good.
Well, one of them was in the reflection in the New Yorker there. I saw his little face. He was yawning. I said, okay, the dog's settling down.
Yep. I got them all sleeping all over the place, right?
I love it. I love it. Friends, this is Ray's first show in her new office. Let's give her a shout out there. It looks great there.
Thank you.
As a New Yorker magazine there.
I love the new setup. If anyone I guess we're going to do more live videos. I love this new office setup. So thanks for letting me debut that on the show.
That's it. That's it. Right. Last question here before we get to rapid fire. I mentioned the savers, the morning routine. That's part of my thing. I like to be up early. I like that coffee. How about you? Give me a morning routine hack, something that works for you that really sets you on your way.
Okay, this is a goofy one, and all of you are going to roll your eyes, but I am a huge fan right now, a little bit of an addiction to the Alexa automations. Because when I set my alarm in the morning, I am not only setting an alarm to music that I enjoy waking up to, so it's not the like obnoxious alarm waking me up, but also all my lights turn on. And I think it's so helpful to like open your eyes. I have the lights dimmed at like a 50%. So it's like a nice morning wake up. The music is going. It kind of like gets me moving versus it's so dark in the winter waking up as an educator. You're waking up at like 4, 5, 6, doesn't even matter. It's not going to be daylight until 10. So like getting the lights on early and having it be a nice light, like a warm, nice light is very helpful. And that's my hack these days to get up and get coffee. I need a little light. I hate waking up in the pitch black and having to like crawl my way out of my room.
Tech difficult with the lights and all the connections where you like pulling your hair out making it, or it all kind of work?
Can I tell you, it's so easy, guys. I will walk you through like I work for Amazon. Here we go. You order the Amazon lights on Amazon. It's just an Amazon basic bulb, nothing fancy, comes in a 4-pack. You put them anywhere you want, any normal bulb location, and all you have to do is scan the QR code. It works instantaneously. It took me like 10 minutes to set up 4. It was perfect.
And the Alexa's in the room though? That like
I have 2. They're kind of scattered, but I do have one in my bedroom, which helps. Yeah, the lights go on, and then I always listen to Chopin, which is a like classical. That's what wakes me up in the morning, and it's so nice.
There's a great tip, friends, from Rae Hughart. I like it, man.
I feel like
Parada's birthday is coming up here, right after Christmas. So
that should be it. You have an IXL sponsor. We have another sponsor we're going to talk about hopefully soon. And then we could also add Amazon Basics. This could be a whole thing we got going here.
All right. That was awesome there.
It's so good. If anyone wants to know, like, if you're ever thinking, like, what is Rae Hughart doing? You know what she's doing? She's dimming her lights. 50%, 30%, 80%. I love dimming a light these days. Do it.
What's the first song that comes on in the morning?
It's the Chopin classical, so it's like a melodic piano vibe.
Same song every day.
It is. It's the same song every day.
If you heard that out in the real world, like when you were out, would you like instantly fall asleep and like?
No, I think it's the opposite. I'd be like, oh my God, am I dreaming right now? I have to wake up. My alarm's going off.
I hear those like the standard iPhone alarm, and I'm like, you just kind of like pretending I'm hearing it. Like, is there an alarm?
God, yes. Or if you like hear a phone going off, you're like, is that mine? Like, it must be mine. Who else is here?
Well, that was a cool tip. I'm gonna definitely look into that.
I'm a nerd about it right now. You ask me in 2 weeks, and I'll be like, oh, that was a dumb idea. But literally, I've had it for the last month, and I'm obsessed.
Yeah. Rae, I appreciate you mentioning IXL. We chatted off air a little bit, but as an educator, you value it and you used it yourself?
I love it. IXL is amazing. I used it as a math teacher, as a writing teacher. I know they've evolved so much over the last 10 years. I am a huge fan of IXL. The people I've even met at conferences that work for the company have been amazing. And something I really enjoy is if you're a parent listening and you don't have a school using IXL, you can not only obviously recommend it, they have great programs to get started, but also it's so good for like tutoring or any concern about regression over the summer or winter breaks. It doesn't have to be hard. You don't even have to work at grade level. The students that I've worked with, whether it be in a tutoring session or a teacher setting, I'm like, go practice basic addition, basic subtraction, multiplication skills, like go get those basics going. And the students that when you give them permission to not do something hard and work on something that they already know about, like my 6th graders would go back to like 4th grade or 3rd grade content, They loved it. They'd work on it for hours. It was the only homework I ever assigned. And first of all, it's building really good confidence. And second, reinforcing skills that they probably still needed reinforced. I'm such a huge fan. They do a great job there. I love IXL.
Well, as they stack those wins, then the questions do get more challenging. They keep grading up. Yeah.
But in their mind, they're like, I'm working in 4th grade. I know this, but then they get really high in and it moves to like 5th grade and 6th grade because of their success in it, but they don't think of it that way. So the students are confident. I know this. And when they don't know it, it explains it right in the platform so easily. Like former special ed student, I need things broken down simply. IXL does it so well. So although I know many of you will use it working at grade level, one of my favorite things to do with IXL is go back in past grade levels. It's a great confidence builder. It's a great way to get students to keep those skills hot on topic.
Rae, let's get rolling to rapid fire. This has been fun. My cheeks hurt from laughing. Thanks for bringing incredible energy. And friends, check it out. I put it in the chat a couple of times. Teachers deserve it. A ton of great resources there. Rae has got a good thing going, so definitely check it out. Rae, these are rapid fire. These are quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready and very nervous. My heart is beating out of my chest.
She did not check out the question, so I can really throw anything in here. Hopefully Alfred and who is it? Henry? No.
Oh, Harvey and Alfred. Yeah. I'm like, boys, wake up. We got questions.
Maybe they'll jump in. Here we go. Last movie you saw.
Oh God. Oh, the Materialist. It's with Dakota Johnson. Highly recommend. So good. It's a rom-com. So cute.
Okay. The Materialist. Last concert you went to.
Oh, it doesn't count as a concert, but it does to me. It was the best concert of my life. Anybody going to Vegas, go to the Bellagio. It's called Pinky Rings. It's Bruno Mars's club. You literally walk in to a sea of Grammys that you get to see, and it's his band performing at the Pinky Ring. The Hooligans, they are out of this world. Anytime I'm in Vegas, that's where I will end my night. It is the best place to go. Live show, big band. They're amazing.
Last song you sang out loud in the car.
Oh, anything Wicked, guys. I'm the huge Wicked fan.
Right. Can you hit that note?
I can in my car when no one's listening. Yeah.
One thing you're gonna cook over the holidays.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing. I don't cook. You don't want me cooking. I set off the fire alarm yesterday. I will make hot cocoa. That's what I will do.
Are you related to the dessert section? Are you getting involved with the dessert section?
I can do a few things like pour cereal. I can open a granola bar. I can heat up things in the oven, and I can make hot cocoa. And I just learned, who knew it only took this long in my life to learn that instead of putting marshmallows in hot cocoa, just take a big scoop of fluff. It's so much better. Have you ever done that?
I have not done that, no.
Okay, picture this. Little bit of water and milk creates the concoction, right? Then you put the hot cocoa in, and then you take a big spoonful of fluff, put it in the hot chocolate. It comes off the spoon, floats to the top. It's like a mushy, it's amazing. Makes it, I'm going to do it tonight, right after the show.
Right after the show. Well, speaking of that, what's going to be your favorite dish over these next few days? What's the thing you're looking forward to the most?
Yes, great question. What am I looking forward to the most? Is it bad to say beer? We drink a lot of Sierra Nevada in my world. I think a great beer with family is awesome.
You have it in a glass, or you keep it in the bottle?
Oh, you get it in a bottle when you order the Sierra Nevada bottles. You don't need to put it in a glass. It's already in one.
You go in bottle.
Why not? Yeah.
I find that this is a little weird, but just the bubble, the air with the thing. I'm only in a glass now.
You know what? You just need to practice. That's all it is.
I've been practicing for the last 2 hours with the thing.
Here's the thing. I used to be a big wine drinker, like always great over the holidays with a fun cocktail. I have learned, our house beer is Sierra Nevada, and a good Sierra Nevada with any food over the holidays is a win for me. So
what's your go-to stress reliever?
Oh, we shouldn't stick with beer. Let's see. Just kidding. Anything with my dogs. I know I'm kind of a sucker. They've come up with this whole conversation, but you get me with the two boys and I'm good to go. Stress reliever could be a nap, long walk, running around in the snow. They're kind of my world these days.
Ah, beautiful there. Illinois is fill in the blank.
Mostly corn. But I live closer to the city. So Chicago's amazing. Highly recommend. Illinois, mostly corn.
Yeah. Are you in Naperville? Is that
I am. So I'm like 30 minutes west outside of the city.
okay? Are the Bears moving to Indiana?
No. The Bears are either moving to Arlington Heights, where the racetrack was, or they are rumored. I think this is a Naperville thing. They're rumored to be moving to Naperville. I don't think there's a chance of that. I think it's just what Naperville people are talking about.
Got it. Well, because Fort Wayne is, calling them.
No way. Not a chance. They're moving to Arlington Heights. I feel confident in that. I have to say, Andrew, this is not my sport. You want to talk F1? I got you. But the Bears, I'm not really a football person. I'll put them on though.
Yeah. Who's your sport? Who is your sports team? Who are you?
F1 by far. I have a terrible addiction. If any of you are looking to get into a sport that you haven't really vibed with, the classics, F1 by far the way to go.
You're into it.
Oh my, I'm addicted. It's a problem.
And the show, my cousin was telling me about the show. There was a show on it.
There's a documentary series on Netflix called Drive to Survive. Highly recommend. You could start from the beginning or just watch the most recent season, but start from the beginning. It's amazing. And yeah, I don't miss a race, a practice, nothing. Apple just put out the new movie. It's legit.
Okay.
And we should all be Mercedes fans, just to confirm.
At 11:59 on December 31st, Rae will be fill in the blank.
December. Wait, say it again.
New Year's Eve, 11:59.
I will be cheersing a glass of bubbly with my dearest friends, which is amazing. I really think nothing is celebrated unless you've cheersed it. So I encourage everyone to do a really great cheers this holiday season.
You talked a lot about teachers. You're clearly passionate about helping them. Best new teacher advice.
Build a community. My best new teacher advice is whether it's on social media or in your neighborhood, people are the way to keep this job sustainable. Build a community. I'd love to be a part of anyone's community if you need a buddy.
Well, and meet her on social media, friends. You talk about positive content. You talk about good content, variety of content. Rae, you're doing that, modeling what it should look like. So definitely reach out to her. Rae, what's something about you that people don't know about?
Oh, let's see. Oh, I have a good one. My parents are moving to Spain. That's something people don't know. Yeah, my parents are ditching me soon. They're moving to Spain. I think that's fabulous. I find that to be so brave to move out of your home and retire somewhere. So I feel like that goes into what I've been sharing continuously, which is, have good people in your life. But that's probably something people don't know about me, that my parents are ditching me soon to retire and live their best life ever without me.
You're going to go visit?
They're moving to Valencia.
Oh my God, beautiful. Wow. ¿Habla español?
No, they speak no Spanish.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna learn it. They've been like 5, 6, 7 times. They've already been apartment hunting. This is a big deal. So I'm so excited for them to retire. My sister and I joke that, we're gonna live close to one another so that my parents can go and retire in their dream location.
Benvenutos. Good luck to your parents there. Rae, I'm a quote person. I love quotes. Give me a quote to end the show.
Okay. John Dewey, I used to quote him all the time, and I'm going to butcher it right now, but he said, education is not practice for life, it is life itself. And I love that quote, and I know there's more to it, but if you're an educator, you're not preparing your students for the life they're going to go live. When they graduate high school, you're preparing them for life right now. So every time they leave your classroom, how can your content be applicable to them? So I love that quote.
This was Rae Hughart, everybody. Check out Teachers Deserve It. Rae, this was a lot of fun. I wish you the best here this holiday season and certainly 2026.
Thank you so much, Andrew. This was such an honor being a part of the pod. Sorry for the interruptions, but this
Don't
was
be
a ball,
sorry.
and I can't wait
That's
to
your
continue to
team.
be a listener.
Don't be that's your team. Don't be sorry. We love the dogs here. We're dog friendly on this show. Yeah.
Love it. So good.
Awesome,
And
Rae.
cheers to you. I'm cheersing you. I have my sparkling water here.
Okay, well, I was going to end the show, but we'll have you on here. Rae and I were talking off air. I wanted to do a little bit of like, what was Oprah's show there? Oprah's favorite gifts. Well, I wanted to share something here, a tip and a strategy. Rae talked about strategies for teachers. Well, as an educator, as two high energy people, it is important that you hydrate. I get a little bored with water, so I'm a fan of SodaStream. Here is my bottle. I've drank at least 3 of these today. And it's quite simple, right? I have my little machine here, and you literally just pop it in here, and then the bubbles come right in. I have it here in my office. I have one at the office, and I have one at home. So I am a fan of SodaStream. If you are looking to hydrate more, if you are looking to, again, just something more than water, right? You mentioned those bubblies. You're going to be cheering some bubblies. I need the bubbles. So I'm a fan of this. And before I got it, I found myself throwing out plastic bottle, aluminum can. And so I'm a fan of SodaStream. Check it out. The stuff gets delivered right to you. And so I wanted to share that. Thanks for joining me on that, Rae.
Do you throw a flavor in there at all?
I am not the flavor guy. I'm trying to stay away from the artificial sweeteners and that kind of stuff, but I know they have a lot of soda flavoring and different sort of things like that. I'm trying to simplify, Rae.
Yeah, I will say I love the sparkling water with a little lime. That's my flavor of choice, a little lime.
Well, I take here's my fridge, Rae. I actually, trying to be simple and natural here. Here's my little lemon. So I cut it up.
See, we're doing the same thing. I drink sparkling water with lemon and lime all day long. So I love it.
Well,
SodaStream's
check out
amazing.
SodaStream, friends. It comes right to your door. And again, just keep it simple, but keep hydrating. So Rae and I are going to jump off the show here. Rae, I appreciate you, and good luck with that project. When's it coming?
Like February-ish.
Okay. Well, we will be watching. If I could help you with it, shout out to Sierra Pickering, Saranac Lake Schools, upstate New York. But if we can help you with it, let me know.
So appreciate that. Thanks so much, Andrew. This was amazing.
Yeah. Keep surviving and thriving, friends.